Hi and good evening. Today, while I was coming back from school, I had this particular thought. How do we remember the concepts better? There is a simple formula which I suddenly formulated, and then this is what I'm going to talk about. Right? So, listen to it very carefully because this can be implemented by anyone in any sphere of life. Whenever we want to do anything, the first thing that must be done is to understand the concept, to understand the commands, or to understand what is expected. Right? So, for example, if I have to ensure that the light is switched off, I need to listen to what is required. Please switch off the light. So, if I understand it as please switch on the light, I will probably be doing nothing because that's already switched on. Right? So I need to understand. As a small kid, let us assume, right? So I can ask a question. Okay, what do you want me to do? I want you to go and switch off the light. The instruction is clear, understood, then I'll go and switch it off. And then if I tell that fine, every time whenever you leave the room, you must switch the lights off and the fans off. Once said, it is heard. But the moment you keep on telling this particular thing time and again, it will form a layer in the mind and then it will stay in our mind forever, which we call in marketing terms top of the mind. Right? So reinforcement comes into picture. You have understood what needs to be done. And second stage, when you are consistently being told that okay fine, this is what you are supposed to do for a specific time period, right? Let us say for around 10 days or 15 days, this particular rule is repeated, reinforced, hammered. Then it stays in your mind. Okay, fine. When I leave the classroom, when I leave the study room, when I leave the bedroom, when I leave my room, I'll have to switch off the fans and lights. Right? So, reinforcement. And once it's reinforced, repeated, right? It gets inculcated into your mind. And what will happen? That will become a habit. So you will nurture it as a habit in your daily schedule. Fine. So for anything to be done, I repeat, the first thing which you need to do is to understand what is expected or understand what is required to be done or understand what the question asks you to do. Second, recall or reinforce it through practice. Right? The steps which are supposed to be followed. Okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this to arrive at this XYZ solution. Right? So the moment you keep on repeating it or recalling it or try to understand, okay fine, इस step के बाद में ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना है. Okay? Self reinforcements or probably reinforcement through somebody. That will be the second step. Third, after a specific period of time, you will see that you don't need reinforcements anymore because you have already nurtured your brain and your own self in such a manner that it becomes automatic, autonomous in nature. So without anybody telling you, you will simply walk out, and before walking out, you will switch off the lights and fans. Not only that, you will also switch off the fans and lights anywhere and everywhere wherever you see are switched on and जहाँ पे लोग available ना हो, right? Similarly, taking it into the other context, let us say it is like you're studying history or probably geography. So any concept which you are studying, First, you need to understand the context in which that is being taught. Second, you need to even understand what exactly happened. Other than simply listening to a story which is being told, you need to understand exactly what was the trigger behind Battle of Plassey, or for that matter, the El Nino happens. Why does it happen? Or for that matter, how does one get elected to Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha? It needs an understanding. Once you understand, you will reinforce it when you read it and when you try to connect it by understanding it in the real life application model, right? So जब भी आप देखोगे कि कोई एमएलए या एमपी का इलेक्शन हो रहा है, तो फिर यू कैन once again go with this particular thing. Okay, fine, this must have happened, this must have happened, this must have happened, then this person got elected into this particular post. So you're connecting it and you are recalling the concepts, right? You are hammering yourself time and again. Okay, fine, this is how it happens, this is how it happens, this is how it happens. So that stays in your brain, and once it is there, after a certain point of time, suppose you are going to appear for some competitive exams where these questions come, right? Either in the form of an interview or in the form of a written test, you will be able to answer them or probably attempt those questions absolutely with perfection, because that becomes a part of you. You have nurtured it to become a part of you, right? So the model which I want you people to understand is URN, earn. Understanding, reinforcement, nurturing. Reinforcement, understanding means the concepts are clear, and simply understanding the concepts won't help if you're not practicing it, or probably you are not recalling them time and again till a certain point of time, right? That is where the reinforcement comes into picture. Last, nurturing. Ensure that it becomes a part of your life. Instill it into you. बाई डिफ़ॉल्ट मोड पे आ जाता है वहाँ पे, राइट? बचपन में आपको सिखाया जाता है कि यू शुड वॉक ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड. यू माइट बी आस्किंग क्वेश्चन वाई, बिकॉज लेफ्ट साइड द व्हीकल्स will not probably be running, or probably when you are on the left side, the vehicles will not touch you, and then there won't be any accident. So you understood, okay, it is safe. Now, whenever you go on the road along with your parents will always tell you, okay, fine, walk to the left, walk to the left, walk to the left. That is reinforcement. But after a certain age, when you start cycling or using the vehicle, what will you do? You will not ride in the middle of the road or to the right, right? So you will be walking or riding on the left side only, because you have been taught this. So you have instilled that, you have nurtured it into you. So the URN model is something which you will have to follow if you want to succeed in life. A very simple thing, right? You call it by whatever model, or whatever, you coin whatever terms you want to, but then this is what is the basic thing which we can implement in our daily life to ensure that we succeed, right? I would love to listen to what your comments are, but yes, I request you, be polite and be absolutely professional in terms of the comments, right? Thank you very much.